Hey everybody, it's Nate here with Goalie. If you don't already know us, our mission is to build tech tools for families with neurodiverse children. A lot of our families depend on Medicaid waivers to get the help and services that they need. This video is part of a series where we research these programs state by state and explain them to you jargon-free. Our goal is to help families like yours navigate this difficult process and get the help and coverage that you need. Oh, I don't think I'm in Kansas anymore. Hey everybody, it's Nate here with Goalie. Welcome to our state-by-state Medicaid waiver guide. And today, if you couldn't tell by that Wizard of Oz impression and the Kansas name drop, we are going to be talking about the state of Kansas. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. First of all, where am I? I'm currently on Goalie's forum page. To get here, you're going to type in forum.goalie.co, and it'll take you to this webpage right here. On this forum, we talk about all kinds of things. We talk about some parenting and life advice, some Goalie tips, some success stories, but like I promised earlier, today in this video, we're going to be focusing on the government waiver section, and specifically government waivers in the state of Kansas. So Kansas actually has a ton of different waivers that you should view, you should compare, and you should learn about. If you want to, there's a helpful resource that we hyperlinked right here. It's really easy to check out some of the other programs. We decided to focus on one waiver today, the Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities waiver. But if you don't think this is the best fit for you after looking at that resource, by all means, feel free to apply to any one of the waivers that you see fit. There actually currently is an autism-specific waiver in Kansas, but it only provides parent training and services for families with children under 5. If that fits you better and you feel like that's a better waiver, then you should definitely apply to that, but make sure to check out this document if you're thinking about looking at the other waivers and potential options in the state of Kansas. With that being said, let's focus on the waiver that we said we were going to today, the Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities waiver. So, who can apply for this waiver? According to the state of Kansas, any child or adult older than the age of 5 who is diagnosed with either an intellectual or a developmental disability, which includes a diagnosis of autism, can apply for this waiver. Kansas requires that individuals meet and need an intermediate level of care to qualify. So there is actually a technical definition of what intermediate level of care is, but essentially what intermediate level of care refers to is an individual that needs some help and supervision to get through their everyday activities. You don't require to be institutionalized, nor do you require a nurse aide at your side at all times, or any heavy machinery equipment. You just need some help and support getting through your everyday routine. This is typically the category that most Goalie families fall under, which is why we decided to focus on for this video. All right, what are the income requirements? So eligibility based on income is actually entirely based on child income. So as long as your child isn't making any money, they should be able to receive services. All right, talking about services, what do I actually get? So there's a list here that you can see on our forum page, which you should feel free to check out. But this is essentially all the things that are provided. If you talk to somebody in the organization, they can also walk you through additional steps and maybe applying other waivers if you want other services potentially covered. Now, that being said, how do I actually apply? Let's say that you love this waiver, you think it's for you, you want to know how to get there. So what you're going to do is you're going to call your local community development disability organization, and there's a web page hyperlinked right here. And once you do call them, they'll be able to talk you through the process, be a little bit more specific with you, and get you the information that you need. So now, what does the Goalie team think of Kansas waivers? So Kansas does have a bunch of waivers, but that doesn't mean that there are always a lot of waiver slots. For most waivers that you apply for, there's actually going to be an average 3 to 4 year wait before getting on the waiver. This is clearly a problem and needs to be changed. There is clearly not enough funding going into these programs, and it's absolutely a problem. Their website is somewhat enigmatic as well, as it was taken across several separate platforms, which usually makes things more confusing and hard to navigate, and the steps are less clear. Each page that I actually landed on had good and useful information. That being said, getting there was the hard part. So now on to our Goalie waiver score. So based on website clarity and ease of navigation, we gave that a 3 out of 5. Again, getting to each web page was hard, but once you got there, there was helpful information. Based on access and requirements of qualification, at first it seems great. There are multiple waivers for under 5, over 5. Kansas has a lot of options, but no matter how many options they have, they still have a lot of people waiting and not getting services. You can't get a good score with a 3 to 4 year wait list. It's just not possible. It's just not acceptable. In terms of healthcare coverage, we gave that a 3 out of 5. It's adequate coverage. It seems to cover a good amount of services, but again, it's not fantastic, not ideal. There needs to be work on additional services being covered. So we hope you found this video to be helpful, but don't want it to be the only resource. We know there are a lot of great options out there, which is why we attach 3 helpful websites on our forum post, which all talk about and work in their own way. Please check those out. And additionally, if you want to contact the Kansas Aging and Disability Resource Center, they can help navigate through these services and help streamline the process. And that number is 855-200-2372.
If you've gone through this process yourself and can add any color to our research, please share your experience in our forum. Your help will be greatly appreciated by families who are new to this. If you're just getting started yourself, don't worry. We're here to help. If you have any questions, ask them in our forum and we'll do our best we can to support you. And lastly, if you found this video helpful, let us know. Drop a like or leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.